If you have Qantas points but you're unsure on what you should be redeeming them on, then today's video is made just for you. I just searched the whole Qantas website and these are my 5 favorite redemptions that are going to give you the best bang for your buck, meaning for every point that you use, you're going to be getting multiple cents of value for each point that you redeem. Now, before I get into it, if these videos are helpful to you, I would really appreciate a thumbs up, a comment, and if you subscribe to the channel, so I know that these sort of videos are helping you. So with that in mind, let's get into the first redemption. Now, I've just taken a screenshot right now of all of these redemptions, so if you are quick, they should be available to book on the Qantas website. But the very first one, Sydney to Vancouver, 130,000 Qantas points, is going to unlock a 13-hour business class flight from Sydney to Vancouver. You're going to pay $600 in flight taxes as well when you book this flight. Now, the reason this is my first redemption that I like is there's actually 4 business class seats available for this particular date and on this route. 4 business class seats from Sydney to Vancouver is extremely rare. These very rarely pop up. So if you are after that, go ahead, jump on and book it quick. You're going to get great value for points when you use your points on this sort of redemption. Usually to go from Sydney to Vancouver, it'll set you back close to $10,000, but you can use 130,000 points and just $600 when you find this redemption. The next redemption that I want to talk about is Santiago to Sydney. Santiago flights, either way, very rarely pop up in business class. The reason behind that is there are very limited flights. I think they only fly 3 times a week from Sydney to Santiago and Santiago back to Sydney. Now, LATAM Airways do fly there and Qantas also fly there. The great thing about this redemption is it's on a Qantas aircraft, which is going to be a better business class product than the LATAM Airways business class product. Now, this particular flight is for the 20th of August in 2026. Santiago to Sydney, a 14.5-hour flight in business class will set you back 130,000 Qantas points and just $400 in taxes as well. Because these flights very rarely pop up, of course, it had to make my favorites list for today. The next redemption, Melbourne to Dubai. This is actually a first class reward. Now, from Australia, there are actually plenty of first class options to Dubai, but most of them are on the A380s. Now, the good thing with the A380 is it does have that onboard shower, but the actual first class seat on the A380, in my opinion, I don't think it's as good as the 777, the refreshed 777 first class product, which is currently available on Melbourne to Dubai. Now, there are actually multiple dates all throughout the next year for Melbourne to Dubai. Just ensure that the flight you're booking is a 777 refreshed flight. The way that you will check that is when you go to select your seat in first class. There should only be, I think, about 7 first class suites within that whole first class cabin. And the seat map is a 1-1-1 tier, meaning there is 1 seat in the middle and 1 seat either window side as well. The first class Emirates product on the refreshed 777 is arguably up there with the best first class product in the sky. You won't have the onboard shower, but you pretty much get your own private room, floor to ceiling doors, complete privacy. It's just an insane cabin. Go ahead and Google it. If you are traveling to Dubai, I would highly recommend booking the Melbourne to Dubai route on their refreshed 777. The only downside with this, extremely high flight taxes when you're booking Emirates flights, $1,200 in addition to the points you're going to pay. In my opinion, because booking that flight with cash is still going to cost you over $10,000, I still find this good value. Next redemption that I like is going to be Sydney to Singapore. Now, the reason this has made the cut is not because of the redemption value. The redemption value is actually a lot less compared to those other redemptions that I've previously talked about so far. You're only really going to unlock about 4 to 5 cents per point for every point that you redeem on this route. The reason it has made the cut in this video is because the amount of reward seats and the amount of availability that is available for this route. There are plenty of dates with 4 business class reward seats to Singapore and also back home from Singapore on British Airways, and they're across plenty of dates, meaning if you're a family of 4 and you need 4 business class reward seats, Sydney to Singapore and back home from Singapore is one of those routes that is going to have business class availability for you if you're flexible enough. Because there are so few routes with 4 business class seats on the same plane available both to and from, this is why this redemption is one of my favorites. Finally, this redemption does link onto my 5th and final redemption that I like on the Qantas website right now, and that's going to be Singapore onwards into Europe. When you find these business class reward seats from Singapore arriving in Paris, you're going to be on an Air France business class product, which is arguably one of the best business class products in the sky. It's going to cost you 125,000 Qantas points and $681 in flight taxes. Now, the good thing with this particular redemption is there are plenty of dates available as well. And in an ideal world, you'll be able to sync them up to that 4th redemption that I talked about, Sydney to Singapore. You may even be able to find Singapore to Paris, link it up and get a full business class trip onwards into Europe from Australia when you combine these 2 redemptions. Those are just some of my favorite business class reward seats that I found on the Qantas website today. If you are frustrated that you can't find any business class reward seats to use your Qantas points on, check out the link in the video description. In there, you'll find my Patreon group where every single day I share with my members the very best business class reward seats that they can book using their Qantas points. Inside my Patreon group, you'll also get direct access to me for any help that you need. I hope to see you in there, and I hope this video was helpful. Other than that, I will see you in the next one.